All right, so where we left off last time is we created this wonderful web page that had a title up here, and it had a H1 tagged heading on there. So let's go back to a notepad file. Whoops, man, it disappeared. All right, so well, what happens if I had closed this? So let me go ahead and close my notepad file. And let's go to Windows Explorer. Okay, so there's my web page. If I want to edit it, I'm going to open it up in Notepad. If I want to see how it looks, I open it up in Internet Explorer or Chrome or Firefox. So if I want to edit this file, I'm going to open up the same file, but I'm going to use a different piece of software. So I'll go ahead and right mouse click on it and tell it I want to open with, and then tell it I want to open with Notepad. And then there's my tags. So the one is in a browser, and that shows, it interprets my tags, and the other one is a text editor, and it shows me my tags. So it's both the same file, they're just interpreted by programs a little bit different. All right, so the next thing we want to do, now that we have added that to our body, is I'm going to go ahead and say, well, that was pretty ugly, that website. No one's going to pay any money for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some style to it. Now the styles are also put into the head section. So let's go ahead and add some styles. And so I'm going to have a style tag. The style tag has a closed style tag, so we'll go ahead and do that right away so we don't forget it. And then all the styles will go in between these, so I'm going to go ahead and press enter and move them like that. All right, so there, now we have our title and our styles. All right, so the first style I'm going to do is we want to put a background color on our body. So this is the body tag here. The default value is that it's white, and that's what we see, our white body. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, well, I want to manipulate change the attributes for the body tag. And then how I'm going to change it is in braces. So we're going to put a start brace here, and that's a shift bracket on your keyboard, if you don't know where it is. And I'm going to say, well, the background dash color, and that's the name of the attribute, and you have to be very specific. And I'm going to change mine, unlike the instructions. I'm going to change mine to aqua. It's my favorite color. And then I'm going to go ahead and close that off with another brace. So this is the close brace. This is the body tag. Inside it has attributes, and these are the two I want to change the default value. And I can change the default value for a bunch of them. I could do font, I could do text color, so there's lots of different attributes in the body that I could change if I want. But we're going to keep this simple, and I'm just going to put an aqua. That's agua. So we're going to do aqua. There you go. And what you want to do is a test and view methodology. So I've just changed the background color. I'm going to do File and Save to save this back to permanent storage, right, to that. And then I'm going to open it up in the browser, and I'm just going to refresh it. And there's Aqua. So now I know it works. Whenever you're building anything that requires software interpretation, you want to do the build and test methodology, so you don't put a bunch of tags on a page and then find out that all the tags you did were useless. All right, let's go ahead while we're here and do a couple more tags. One, if you noticed, our welcome to Tom's webpage, that was left aligned, which is a default value. So we want to go ahead and change the H1 tag. Yeah, H1 tag, and have it centered. So I'm going to put a brace and say, okay, this is what the attribute I want to change in H1. I'm going to need a close brace also, and then everything I do is in between. Be nice with this thing. Okay, so I'm going to say that I want a text dash align. That's the name of the attribute. And then instead of it leading left, I'm going to change it to center. So I'm not creating anything. All I'm doing is changing, because if you looked into the guts of a browser, it would say that H1 is text align left. It'll say body background color is white. That's the default value. We have to use the style tag to change the default value to what it is that we want. All right, so now we've changed that, and now we've centered the H1 tag. So let's see if that works. Again, I file and save. And then I go back to my the browser, Internet Explorer. All right, so nothing has changed yet. And I want to hit refresh. This thing should slide across to the middle of the page. Sweet. And now we know that works. So now we know we have all this done. One last thing that I want to tell you about is that underneath the H1, you'll see in the instructions I have, this is how I type in the browser, but I'm going to put my name is Tom Brady, I teach. All right, so I put that in there, and notice what a mess that is, and I'm going to even move this over like that. All right, so that's a mess. So I'm going to do File and Save, go back to the browser and refresh. And look at that. It's now all together. All right, so that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to stop right here.